Good morning. Over here it's Monday, April 18th, 2022, and I'm back with another Twin Flame reading. I'm Brittany. I'm a psychic and a healer. So let's see what's going on for Divine Feminine today. The deck I'll be using for Divine Feminine is The Seasons of the Witch Yule Oracle by Lorraine Anderson and Juliet Diaz. So let's see what's going on, Divine Feminine. I already shuffled the deck beforehand. So the first card I see for Divine Feminine is Candle Magic. So I do think Divine Feminine is pretty much in a healing frequency right now. She's actually heavily invested in herself at the moment. She's befriending her demons. She's learning how to tame the wildness within her, and she's learning how to go with the flow. And I do see the Divine Feminine might be manifesting something. I feel like this is something she feels she needs for the future. Because right now, Divine Feminine has a lot of anxiety about the future. She might not know why. She said, "I'm trusting the divine." I feel like that your trust is still becoming more and more absolute, Divine Feminine. So don't let it get you down. I feel like right now, Divine Feminine, that you're just supposed to be in a healing yourself. I feel like you're deep in hermit mode. You're contemplating where this twin flame of yours is going to fit in a grand scheme of things. You're like, you know what, I'm tired of thinking about that. And I feel like Divine Feminine is refusing to think about Divine Masculine right now because she just has to get her life in order. And Divine Feminine might feel a little bit overwhelmed, but Divine Feminine, there's nothing you can't handle. I mean, you survived the first heartbreak, right? And I do feel like, again, Divine Feminine, that just your healing work is never over. You're always rediscovering new truths. So I do feel like Divine Feminine, the next card I see is Bear Medicine. So I feel like Divine Feminine is actually sharpening her Divine Masculine energy. She's honing it. Divine Feminine is like saying, I might not know exactly what to do with Divine Masculine energy, but I'm going to do my best. So I feel like Divine Feminine is actually striving to become more and more independent. She is not wanting to put her eggs in one basket. Right now, she doesn't exactly trust Divine Masculine to be there for her. So I do feel like Divine Feminine is a little bit guarded. She could be very wary. And I do see for Divine Feminine is that, yeah, I feel like she's gone through a lot. She's changed in so many ways, and in other ways she remains the same. True to her core personality, of course. And I also see that Divine Feminine is actually, yeah, I feel like since wintertime, Divine Feminine, you've been actually heavily working on herself, and it feels like the focus has never gone off you. So yeah, you're still doing an amazing job, Divine Feminine. And I feel like that you're actually protective over the relationship with Divine Masculine. But also I do see that there's just but you know, you're like practical enough to realize that it's not gonna happen now. But still, you still always look out for your DM in a way, you know? And I do feel like Divine Feminine, you might have met a soulmate. I feel like some of you guys had a soulmate enter your life, and I feel like there might have been something that happened. So you're like wondering, why is that soulmate going to be back? I'm hearing yes, they'll be back. You just have to detach from them. And I do see, yeah, offerings. So I do feel like the Divine Masculine, and I feel like some sort of love triangle at the moment. It's not intentional, but I think Divine Feminine is trying to like stay away from that drama. She doesn't want to deal with loving two people at the same time, especially if they love her. Divine Feminine she wants to be in her own lane, and she just wants to make the right decision. But she's a little bit struggling right now because she doesn't even know what's this right or wrong anymore. And right and wrongness are human constructs, Divine Feminine. It's an illusion. That's part of the whole reason why we came here, to eradicate such illusions and be in a frequency of oneness. So I do see that Divine Feminine, she might be a little bit more artistic lately. I do feel like Divine Feminine is actually channeling her deeper emotions into either poetry, painting, carving, sculpting, coloring, drawing, whatever Divine Feminine uses to create. And I feel like Divine Feminine is getting more and more creative because she's more and more in touch with her inner child. I feel like Divine Feminine is actually healing her inner child and any block she has in regards to creativity. I mean, yeah. And I also see for Divine Feminine, there's a pink, there's kind of a pink color. So I feel like Divine Feminine is actually wrestling with our higher heart chakra. She's activating it. She's becoming more and more in the frequency of unconditional love. And she says, hey, I haven't felt that in a while. So I feel like Divine Feminine, for the most part, you've done an amazing job. It's just well done. And I also see that maybe you could be seeing 666, 1-on-1, 2-2. Also 10-10. So dove medicine's the next one, divine feminine. So what I see for dove medicine is that this, divine feminine. Yeah, you're in your power. When I mean that you're in the power, you don't care about turning anybody else. You just care about staying in your own lane. You're doing you. And I feel like that some of you guys might have attracted a lot of haters. There could have been some moments where you had to recover from spell work. But divine feminine, just don't pay any attention. Don't let people try to get you down, because you'll always rise up. You are favored by the divine. You have done what you needed to do. And I feel like your psychic powers are increasing exponentially. So I do feel like some divine feminine is like saying, there are others with gifts. What's happening with me? Everybody has a gift of their own. It's no measure. You shouldn't measure someone by how powerful they are or creative. Just get out of that karmic feminine energy. Do not competing against someone. That's going to deteriorate your self-esteem. And I feel like divine feminine is actually healing that part of herself, the need to compete with other people for either affections or other means. She's like saying, my identity does not depend on winning or losing. So I feel like divine feminine is just like choosing love at the moment. And I do feel like divine feminine is actually going through a makeover. She may have given herself a makeover as she's planning to. I feel like divine feminine is more drawn toward feminine pursuits at the moment, whatever that means. And I also see a dove. So divine feminine, you may be seeing doves, and this is your sign that this is your really are in a frequency of unconditional love. And yeah. But I do see the divine feminine actually thinks about the soulmate they came in, and you're like saying, what the hell? I knew this guy was a soulmate, but he just went and disappeared. And I feel like, again, there could be black magic done. Doesn't have to be. I feel like that maybe, it just fell apart because right now the universe is just trying to get you on the right path at the moment. You might not understand how that's the right path, but I feel like divine feminine that there's just your soulmate will be back. But right now, at the moment, you just gotta focus on you. And I do feel like, there's been black magic attacks lately, psychic attacks. It could be, so divine feminine, just ground yourself. Make sure you're in that energy of loving yourself, and you'll be fine. And yeah, it's no big deal just to remove those curses and hexes or jinxes. But I do feel as though it's not fun. But divine feminine, I think you're seeing things from a higher perspective. You're understanding that people seek to tear you down, but do not lower yourself to their level by destroying them. And I do feel like divine feminine's hardest lesson is to not. I feel like that she feels sometimes she's attacked sometimes, and she has to learn how to feel and control their emotions simultaneously. And I do think that's a balancing act that divine feminine is currently doing. That's why she's so interested in cultivating her divine masculine essence, because divine feminine wants to provide for herself. She wants to take care of herself. She wants to be independent, and she's found herself. And I do see family, but I do feel like divine feminine might have actually went to a family gathering or she's dealing with family issues. And I feel like divine feminine is like saying, what else do I have to purge? I feel like there's an ancestral trauma of actually remaining loyalty wounds. I feel like divine feminine is healing that loyalty wounds, loyalty to toxic family, and loyalty to toxic friends. And divine feminine is like saying, I just want something to call my own. I feel like divine feminine might even be in a dynamic where she's with the karmic or with the soulmate and there's a child together. And I feel like divine feminine feels like it's going I just feel like divine feminine right now is just thinking about her life. She's not making any changes just yet. She's just being patient. She's like reflecting on, like saying, where does everything belong? I feel like this is more of a philosophical attitude divine feminine is having at the moment. I don't see any necessarily any need to overthink this, because the answers are there, divine feminine. It's just ground yourself a lot more, and I think your relationship with spirit will re-strengthen. And I also see that, there could be a third party involved for divine feminine, and I do feel like it could be a crazy woman, or it could be like a a man. It doesn't have to be, but I feel like that this person, I feel like they've been trying to give Divine Feminine gifts, intending to bribe her and to like reconcile. But I think Divine Feminine is not interested. She's like, that's only going to resonate for some of you. But I do feel like Divine Feminine is actually just clearing her relationship with the Karmic Feminine. She no longer wants to be in that energy. I feel like Divine Feminine is also just wrestling with social anxiety or anxiety in general. She may be feeling a little bit heavy. You're purging a lot, Divine Feminine. And I do feel as though we're coming into May. So I do feel like there's going to be some change in the wind for you in May, Divine Feminine. Something that would help you advance in your journey. And I do also see that Divine Feminine is no longer interested in materialistic pursuits. She's realizing that it's just, she'll rather be her than just be someone she's not. And I do feel like Divine Feminine is also acknowledging that they too wear a mask in some respects. So they're doing everything they can to take off that mask. Because she doesn't want, I feel like Divine Feminine doesn't want to be in that energy of, she's starting to see little subtle things she mirrors with Divine Masculine, and she's taking accountability and just changing it around. The third to last card I'm hearing is Heart. But again, Divine Feminine is like saying, where is home? Where is that? Like, she's going through an existential crisis right now. She's like saying, is this even my twin flame? Blah, 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 blah. And I just feel like that right now Divine Feminine is ascending, and she's being called to let go of what no longer serves her. And I feel like Divine Feminine is moving out of her comfort zone. And I don't necessarily think that there's anything wrong. It's just Divine Feminine at the moment is overthinking this sudden energy shift. She's had it a couple times, but not something as profound as this one. I wouldn't exactly say it's profound, intense, and it could be profound too. And I also see that there's root chakra activations going on for Divine Feminine. She's becoming more centered in her sense of self. She's pulling out any ancestral roots she resonates with and chooses her. Yeah, Divine Feminine is in a loving energy right now. And the next card is the Reindeer Medicine. So I do feel like for Divine Feminine, she could be, again, with the healing, I feel like Divine Feminine is actually also working on her own gifts. She's starting to understand, like, I see why now. I feel like Divine Feminine was kind of like resisting the divine in a way, and the divine is like saying, I'm trying to help you, child. And I feel like when Divine Feminine gave in, threw in the towel, Divine Feminine is like realizing, hey, and I feel like that there's a lot of crown chakra activations that went on with Divine Feminine, and these crown chakra activations reconnected her to source, but she just had to believe in order to like access this I don't know how to say that word. It's M-Y, you know, I'm not going to even spell it. So yeah, multitude of abilities that she never knew. And I feel like Divine Feminine is embracing that part of herself. She's embracing that part where she's so intuitive. And yeah, she's realizing that she's a goddess. And the last card is Feasting. So I do feel like Divine Feminine is also working, detoxifying her body at the moment. It could be naturally, or it could be like she's actually getting a lot of energy during. So I see Divine Feminine is also changing her food palette. So I do see right now Divine Feminine, yeah, you see delectable items, you see things that are delicious, but I think you're learning how to curb down. You're more concerned about what you eat at the moment. And I also see that Divine Feminine is also giving herself, in a way, she's rewarding herself by spreading love. So I feel like Divine Feminine, this is also a time where you're in that space of unconditional love. Why not share it with the world in your mission? And I do also see that Divine Feminine is also going through some slight womb healing as well. And this is going to help Divine Feminine actually not be so afraid. So yeah, that's it for Divine Feminine. So let's see what's going on with Divine Masculine. And I got this deck from like one of my friends, and I don't exactly know the name. So if you're watching and you like the deck, I just don't know the name. It was given to me. So let's see what's going on with Divine Masculine as of April 18th, 2022. What's going on with Divine Masculine? First card out for Divine Masculine is the Empress. So I do see that divine masculine is actually learning how to hone his own divine feminine energy. So yeah, the twins are mirroring right now, but I feel like this is a good thing because divine masculine I do feel like long ago he was more in tune to his feminine energy, and now divine masculine, I feel like she actually put that aspect of himself aside, and now he's realizing how mistaken he was to shut out his inner divine feminine. He's like saying, I gotta get in touch with her. Where's my knowledge? Where's my truth? Where's my intuition? What the heck is going on? Divine masculine feels really dejected right now. He's starting to see that he has to leave his situation because he has to recover his sense of self. And he's like frustrated with himself. He's martyring himself, saying he's feeling sorry for himself. I feel like he's in a slight victim mentality at the moment, but he does acknowledge that you are the Empress, Divine Feminine, but that's not the reason why I pulled the card. I feel like I pulled the card because Divine Masculine is actually going through a rebirth of sorts. He is learning how to tune into that DF energy, that Empress energy, the High Priestess. He's learning that he has to put himself first. And I feel like by ironically putting himself first, he would attract in more abundance. Because I feel like Divine Masculine's on hard times right now. He may be struggling with financial issues. And I feel like a lot of his problems is because he's still connected with the karmic. If he kicks that karmic out of his life, then he will naturally attract that abundance. But I also see that, I do see that any spell work that is on him at the moment is actually being broken. So I feel like it's either literal spell work that's only for a small percentage of you. It could even be like his self-limiting beliefs. He's like saying, I'm just tired of thinking all the time. I need something new. And I also see, this 2 of Wands reverse. So I also see the Divine Masculine removing any toxic influences. He is learning that these influences are why he went astray. And he's not taking responsibility. He's taking responsibility. He's not trying to shift his responsibility, my bad. And he's just struggling kind of terms with it. It's hard for him to process, and I think he will reject it at first. But I do think, again, Divine Masculine is going through an inner transformation. So this is all new to him. He's scared of Divine Feminine. I mean, he may seem like he's a coward, but he's never really had your bravery. He's always admired that about you. And he's trying to learn how to be brave as well. And he's starting to think, who am I? And I feel like Divine Masculine is actually going through Kundalini awakening as well. So I do see that Divine Masculine's, he's becoming more and more spiritual. He's wondering what the heck is going on. And he's confused. And also his sacral chakra. So Divine Masculine, again, he's getting in touch with his inner divine femininity. And he's learning that he can be gentle, sweet, and kind, and you will still accept him, Divine Feminine. He doesn't need to be hard, stoic, cold. It doesn't have to be that way anymore. And the next card for is the 6 of Swords. So I do feel like Divine Masculine is actually he's he's embracing this new beginning. He's learning exactly what needs to be done. And I see that he's getting this or downloads and such, Divine Feminine, but he doesn't exactly know how to articulate it. He doesn't understand what's going on just yet. And he's confused, but he doesn't want to ask for help. He thinks that he'll be able to figure it out on his own. But I just feel like Divine Masculine is still being stubborn. He's like, I'm just going to keep this to himself. You're his secret, Divine Feminine. I feel like that time and time again, he has avoided actually answering the karmic's question. If he's in a relationship with the karmic, that do you love her, do you not? The karmic really knows that he loves you. That's why they're always like obsessing over you, Divine Feminine. But Divine Masculine is like saying, I was just going to protect my DF. I just don't. Yeah, I feel like he's still protecting the relationship right now, Divine Feminine. But I feel like at the moment, Divine Masculine is just trying to divert the karmic's attention. I feel like the karmic's like, karmic might get card readings done or something. Doesn't have to be. But I do feel like, again, he's tired of this drama with the karmic. Whether the karmic is a family member or a love interest, I feel like Divine Masculine's like saying, I'm just not going to indulge this toxicity. I feel like there may be a lot of arguing going on. And this arguing is for Divine Masculine, like saying, you got to just change your attitude. You have to stop being this way. And the karmic's like saying, I just need you. You're everything to me. And I feel like, again, the Divine Masculine feels like he has to cut the karmic off. I feel like he's more stingy with his money these days. He doesn't exactly give the karmic any leeway. He set boundaries with her, and the karmic still just doesn't get it. And the divine masculine is like saying, I just have to remove myself completely from the situation permanently, because again, I'm not going to entertain. He's sickened by the karmic. He's disgusted by them. He's like saying, why did I even love this person again? And the next card is the Ace of Cups. So I do feel like there's going to be a new beginning for Divine Masculine, putting himself first. He is drinking from his own cup. He is protecting it, safeguarding it. And he doesn't exactly want to give anyone that cup because he's worked so hard to fill it. He feels like it's not enough, though. I feel like it feels like there's more that needs to be done. Yes, he's on the right path to healing. Yes, he's understanding his shadow aspects. He's understanding what he needs to do. But he's also confused at the moment because, again, he just doesn't have any idea what's going on. And even though he's trying to, this new method, it feels weird for him. Divine Masculine's so used to toxic influences. So he might not have that, he might not be as connected to the inner strength, but I guarantee you he's trying. He's trying to like be better. And he feels like at the moment though that he just feels doubts. And I think that's what he needs to do. He needs to love himself, reassure himself, validate himself, and give himself that courage. That courage is within him. He just keeps on ignoring it. So the next card is Seven of Pentacles reverse. So I also see that there's heart chakra activation going on for Divine Masculine. He is thinking obsessively about Divine Feminine right now. He's contemplating how to get to her, but he's like wondering, is it even a dream? Is this even salvageable? It's been so long. And he's like, so maybe Divine Feminine pushed her away for the sake of another. And I do feel like he thinks that Divine Feminine is really mad at him for taking so long to realize that she's the one. But I think that it could, all these imaginary scenarios that Divine Masculine is envisioning, they're not even that bad. He just has to take the risk. I feel like Divine Masculine's at the point where he has to take a risk. He has to realize that he has to life without a little bit of risk. He can't play safe all the time. He can't plan everything. He can't control everything. I think that's, again, Divine Masculine's biggest lesson, that he can't control the ebb and flow of this connection. He has to submit. He has to let Divine Feminine lead. So the next card is the King of Cups. So I feel like he's actually thinking lovingly you. He's fantasizing about you. He holds such love. He's looking at you from afar, Divine Feminine. I feel like he might be stalking your social media post, or he could actually be asking psychics about you. And I feel like he's actually gone to this psychic, and the psychic's confirmed you're like twin flames. So your twin knows that you're twin flames. He just like said, what can I do with the information? He doesn't see any way to you. And I feel like he's praying to his guides. He's like saying, please help me. And I feel like there's praying going on both sides. They're just surrendering to the universe. So I feel like Divine Feminine's all but surrendered at the moment, but Divine Masculine, he's still waking up. He's still learning. He's understanding why things haven't worked out with the karmic. And he's just, again, he's coming up with an idea to actually tell the karmic it's over. But right now, he just doesn't exactly have the old pieces. But he just doesn't want to keep Divine Feminine, like, thinking ill of him. He just wants to make up with her and just tell her that he loves her. And the next card is Ace of Swords. So yeah, Divine Masculine is deciding, he's planning, he's constructing some sort of apology at the moment. And he realized he has to be honest, he has to be truthful, and he has to be vulnerable. He has to show Divine Feminine that he means it. He's like, how in the heck do I make sure that what I'm saying is sincere? And he knows Divine Feminine has trust issues, and he's like saying, I messed it up. So I feel like, again, Divine Masculine knows what he needs to do, but he's smartering himself at the moment. He's feeling sorry for himself and thinking that things are too late. And I feel like he's actually I feel like he's ungrounded right now, so he really needs to actually go out in nature. But I don't think this Divine Masculine know what the hell is going on. So again, I feel like if he did ground, he would actually root out his anxiety. And his anxiety, it'll be easy for him to just relax. So the second to last card is the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. But he's a little bit lazy right now. Right now, I just think that he's in some sort of reflective state, and he's just wondering Can I do that? Can I do that? And he's realizing that his alternatives are the options he's always avoided, and he just can't deal with it right now. He just can't deal with it. Divine feminine, divine masculine. He just can't. He's like saying, this is too much for me. So I do think, again, divine masculine is also healing his self-confidence wounds. I feel like it'll be a little bit longer before he realizes that he has no choice and he just has to wing it and contact divine feminine. He has to. He can't listen to fear forever. And he doesn't want to listen to fear forever, but he's just assuming things are said and done before even trying. So I feel like he's actually going to, he's going to fight for this connection eventually. But I think at the moment he has to fight for himself. And the last card is the Eight of Cups in reverse. So I feel like right now Divine Masculine is not going to walk away from the karmic situation right now. He's still trying to put the pieces together. He's still trying to figure out a way forward. So yeah, this way forward, I feel like for Divine Masculine, is pretty much him loving himself. So he has to love, he's on the right path. I'm going to admit, he's still on the right path. But I feel like he just is, Divine Feminine, he was like you in the beginning. Remember at the beginning of your journey? So that's the stage that he's in now. He doesn't know, right? He doesn't know how hard you had it. And I think he's going to learn exactly how hard you had it. He still loves you, always. So yeah, that's it for my reading. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you another time. Namaste.